Okay, so I'm going to start by doing a couple coats of paint here. I'm only painting the sides and the legs because the top's going to get covered. So I'm going to start painting that up and I'll take you along. Hey, okay, so I have one more coat to do on the bench. I figured I'd throw in the nightstands too since I had the paint out and because I want to paint them anyway. So I just wanted to quickly come in and show you some supplies I'm using. I got 3-inch all-purpose foam. Sorry, it's just project foam. It's all-purpose, but 3-inch. I would not go any less than 3-inch for a bench or seating, unless I would say dining chairs can go less, but I would never go anything less than 3 inches for a bench. In fact, I probably next time I do this, I might go thicker too, depending on how the tufting works. So, but yeah, so that I got 3-inch foam, and then from fabric.com, this is the fabric I am using. Can you get, oh, why am I showing you through the mirror? This is the fabric I'm using from fabric.com. It is a Farmhouse type fabric, but it's going to look fantastic. I'm so excited. Anyway, yes, thank you. Anyway, so sorry. So that's it. I got those. And then I'm not going to make the buttons until after the fabric because since this fabric is patterned, I'm not going to know where the buttons are going to lay yet until after I cut the fabric and and lay out the fabric. All right. I'm not going to make the buttons till after I put I cut out the fabric. Because it cracks me up. I'm not going to do the buttons until I cut out. This is a day in my life, with this little guy. So we'll do that last. We'll close to last anyway. So, get foam for your toddlers. I highly recommend it. But so I will catch up with you. I'm going to try and finish this project tomorrow because we're going away for the weekend over to my parents' house and his grandparents' house. So I want to try and get it done tomorrow so I don't leave you guys hanging all weekend on the project. So it's really not that bad. It should only take a day. The painting takes the longest, just waiting for the paint to dry and stuff. So, and the paint is dry right now. I just gotta do a couple more coats, 1 or 2 more coats, and then I'll catch up with you guys. All right, so I think we're done. I think that's enough for one video. All right, talk to you later. Bye. Okay, so all the painting's done. The distressing, I did the end tables too. But now I need to start laying out where I want to put the holes to pull the string through. So lucky for me, actually, that this table has a pattern on it. That's pretty symmetrical. I'm going to have the 3 spots in the middle and on each end for drilling. But I'm going to be doing a diamond pattern, so I'm going to need 2 halfway. Okay, so I turned the overhead light off, so I think you can see better. But I think you can see the blue dots that I made with the chalk. Those 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Ollie got a hold of the chalk. Now he's going rampant. Good thing it's chalk. So I'm going to go ahead and start drilling out those holes. You don't want to make the holes overly big, and you don't make them too small either, because you do have to be able to stick something up the hole and pull string through. Which we'll get to. So don't make the holes super big and don't make them really tiny either. I'm not really good with like tools and what's what. But this is the size bit that I'm going to be using. So let me, I'm going to go ahead and get these holes drilled out. Try and steal the chalk away from Oliver, and we'll get going. All right, so I'm just, it's actually really easy to drill holes. I'm not very overly handy. But it's actually pretty simple. So those are the size holes I'm making. Again, not super big, but they're not tiny enough that string can fit through when I pull it through. So I'm just going to head and keep on drilling. I only have a couple more holes to go. you making holes like mommy? Good job. Drilling those holes. Okay, so I ran into a little snag. I ended up having to cut one of the, I got 2 foam pieces, and I ended up having to cut one in half and putting them on the ends. Otherwise, the foam, the seam would have been right here in the middle where the row of buttons go. And I didn't want to pull buttons through the seams of the foam. That just probably, I can imagine that would not really be strong or accurate, or it just probably wouldn't be the right thing to do. So I'm doing that. And right now I'm putting a spray adhesive, 3M Super 77 multi-purpose adhesive. I'm just spraying that down and putting the foam on, and so that it sticks and doesn't move around as we move around. And then I'm going to actually have to end up cutting it. That's because the table's like right here. So I'm going to get a knife and just cut it all out. I'll do that in a minute. So I'm just spraying and adhering the foam to the table / soon to be bench top. All right. All right. So I cut the foam. I just used a regular kitchen knife. I used our bread knife and I cut the foam. And he loves foam. And I cut the fabric. So I have the fabric laid out. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my buttons now, because as I'm going through the process and I'm realizing that I need to get the buttons in at this point. So I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to go and work on the buttons. I'm going to cut another small piece of fabric so that we can do that. And I'll take you on the process on how to do the buttons. I've never used this button kit before, so it'll be first for me and maybe you too. So next video. Okay, so the button kit I got it from Joann's Fabrics. It's a Dritz craft cover button kit. Comes with 14 buttons. I only need 13, but so I have an extra in case I mess up. Never did the button covers before, so we'll see what happens. So it comes with, you can do the buttons with the pulls on the end of them, or you can do just the flat buttons if you want to glue them on or stuff like that. I guess you can glue them on as well. So we are going to be doing the ones with the pulls. This is the insert. So the first thing you do is it comes with this clear tracer stencil here, and you trace around the outside of the stencil. And then after you do that, you're going to go ahead and cut that out. Just a quick tip here is I would use the back of the fabric for tracing, obviously. Just wanted to throw that in there so so when you do your buttons, you're not tracing and drawing on the pattern side. Or even if it's not a pattern, always use the back of it for your tracing. So just wanted to jump back in here and give you that tip. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out and show you what's next. Okay, once you have your piece cut out, it comes with this rubber little cup type thing. You're going to lay your piece over the cup, right in try and get it in the center of the cup there. Then you're going to take the lid part of the button. You're going to take the lid part of the button. Make sure it's kind of in the middle. And, which it's not, hold on. I'm trying to do this one-handed too, so, because, I haven't figured out how to, put the phone down. All right, so then you're going to take the button, top of the button, and you're going to push it into the little rubber cup. And you're going to take all your fabric that you have in here, and you're going to kind of tuck it in to the middle of that button. And then, thanks, Bubba. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take one of the end pieces here with the little tabs on it. You're going to place it right on top to cover the hole. And then it comes with this little blue lid. Look, it looks like a lid or a cap, a blue cap. You're going to place it right on top of the bottom of the button, and you're going to, as soon as you get that right over the top middle, and then you're supposed to just push it in. Oh, there you go. You can feel it kind of click in to the lid of the button. All right. And maybe that's it. Hold on, let's go here. Then you can just peel it out and see what it looks like. All right, so I peeled it out, and that's what it looks like. And holy cow, it's a button, and that's actually really cool. Oh, that's so cool. All right, I have 12 more to go, and we'll catch up. Okay, so the next thing you're gonna do once all the buttons are done is you're gonna take some rope. I would recommend a thicker rope, not string. String can break when you pull it, so it's got to be strong enough to hold down the button and hold the weight of the tension of pulling. So I would just get some thicker rope, or it could be a thicker string too, that will hold it down. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut about a foot. You're going to cut about a foot of string or rope, and then you're going to tie it through. You're going to pull it through the button, and then just tie a knot so that it doesn't move when you put the button through. And you start pulling it through the fabric. You don't want the button or the string to pull through the button, so it's easier for you to just put it. Okay, so I went ahead and flipped this upside down on top of the fabric. So I'm going to go ahead and staple the fabric on, make it nice and snug, just like you would normally, like a poster, a bench, or a stool, or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and staple this on, and then I'll flip it back over. All right, so I got the fabric all stapled on. I am going to have to put some trim around the bottom here. That's all right. I have the twine that I used for the chairs. I did put one button through. So what I'm using is I'm just using a piece of wire. It's a thicker piece of wire. It's used for florists use it to hold flowers still or straighten flowers out. I'm just going to use that. You can they have tufting needles and fabric needles you can use for this. I don't do this that much. Actually, this is the first time I'm doing it, so I didn't really buy one. Maybe down the road, if I find that I'm doing it more, I will. All right, so what I did is I just found the hole underneath. I went underneath and I fed the wire through, and then I popped it through the fabric. I need 2 hands for this. There we go. And then I just pop it through the fabric. And then I take the button, the rope of the button. You're going to want to go a little higher. And then you just make a hook on the top part. Make that hook nice and tight, so that the rope stays through. Sorry, I'm trying to do this with one hand and show you how to do it at the same time. So you're just going to make a hook. And then you're going to pull it, try to close the hook as much as you can, and then pull it through the same hole. Only pull the rope through and try not to pull too hard on the button part itself. And then you'll just pull the rope right through the fabric, through the foam, and then through the hole that you drilled. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I have all 12 more to do. I'm going to get going on those, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. All right, so all the buttons are in. And I just need to pull them through. So what you do is you take it and you pull it from underneath, and then you end up stapling the string to the side underneath, and that will hold it there. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of this, and I will, after that, I'm going to put the trim on, and you can see the finished product tonight. I'll have it posted up. All right, talk to you guys later. So real quick, just a little tip. After you pull it through and you staple it, you kind of want to put it in like a zigzag. Staple it a couple times in a zigzag so it doesn't pull through. And then I tie a knot at the last one before I cut the rest of the string off. So that'll just help keep it from pulling back out through the hole. So just staple it in a zigzag pattern like that. So I turned it over on its side, and I'm going to go ahead and finish these up. All right. I will post it up tonight. So here it is, all done and completed. I'm super excited how it turned out, especially for my first time doing a tuft bench or any type of tufting. So if you have any advice or any ways you would do it different, please feel free to leave a comment. That would be great. And if you like this video and you want to see more, hit the like and subscribe button, and I will catch you guys on my next DIY.